I'm going to King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table.
Could this head injury have been caused by a fall?
Zolack and Bertrand on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Got Simmons wide to the near side left and Brown in the left slot. Jefferson to the far side right. Zolack out of a shotgun has Colors to his right in the backfield. 3rd down and 6. San Francisco showing blitz. Snap to Zolack. They pick it up. He looks and shoots it long and deep right side. Jefferson got it at the 10-5 touchdown. John Jefferson.
That is the voice of Gil Santos. Not that it needs any introduction whatsoever. The legendary voice of the New England Patriots, the voice of the New England Patriots, passed away yesterday at the age of 80. He was the Patriots play-by-play voice for many, many years, more than 30 years in that booth. Began broadcasting the Patriots in 1966. Started out as the color man, and then eventually became the play-by-play announcer. And as everyone here at this station knows, he retired in 2013. And Zo, this is a guy that you knew very well.
Yeah. Where to start? Okay. It's funny you say he did the color. So he went to color guy school too.
He
just
did.
like me.
He did.
Awesome. That clip right there. Now, you go have fun in this and that. Yeah, it's a backup, but that was a hell of a moment for me. That throw, that game. When you sit as long as I did, you finally get a chance to play. Unfortunately, to injury to Drew. And I don't mean this in any other way. That call means that much more now to me. I love that call when Jim plays it. It resonates so much more now that, wow, he's gone. And I still can't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I picked up my phone last night. And we're sitting there so excited watching a Bruins game. And then David Wade has that breaking news report. I just went, oh no. It can't be. And I say it can't be because his son Mark called me about 10 or 11 days ago. Can't even remember which day it was. And it was after our show, and I'm on the way home, and he goes, hey, I got a favor to ask for you. Could you please call my dad? And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so glad you called because I didn't have Gil's number in my phone. I didn't move it over to my new phone. So he gave me the number again. I said, I've been meaning to call you because I every 3 months or so I'll call Gil because I know he's sitting at home. He's kind of not doing much. The kids are older, the grandkids, I mean. And I talked to him 10 days ago, and he sounded great. And he told me, hey, Dad had fallen, and he went into the rehab home for 2 weeks, but he's back home now. And we're glad to have him back home, and his spirits are a little down. Could you just give him a call? And I talked to him. Gil, for about 25 minutes, broke down the entire Super Bowl from the Eagles game. This is what they should have done. And, if he's not going to play that damn kid Butler, he's not going to play him, and that's on him. And then when you make decisions like that, you got to live with it. But the game wasn't over. And he knew every situation, every play. And I said, Gil, you sound great. He said, the pipes still work. He said, but as you know, they're compadre. And he would always call, whether it was Gino or me, compadre. The eyes aren't working too well. And I don't have enough time to get in. I don't know how long we're going to
We got all the time you want.
And you know me, and you've known me for a long time. I love doing the games. It's great. But what I even love more than doing the games, and if Mark Capello was here, he'd come in and tell you this too. Traveling with Gil and Gino and going out to the dinners the night before. It's like you went out with a freaking Rat Pack.
Like Sinatra himself was there.
Gino was kind of into the whole Joe Namath Bachelor's Club down in New York. He would get all those stories. Gil would talk about the blizzard of '78 when I walked 12 miles barefoot to shovel, and I'm doing his voice to the best I can. And these are the good, great memories and fun stories that I'm going to tell you about Gil. And it's like, I shoveled every damn sidewalk for 12 cents, and that was a lot of money at that time. And Capello and I would be there, and he'd be kicking me under the table, and we laughing. And Gil had as we talk about Jim Nantz loves burnt toast, right? Carry around the picture of the burnt toast, and we were telling this story. Well, Gil likes breakfast a certain way. He's got to have cornflakes. Cornflakes and strawberries, fresh cut strawberries. Starts his breakfast with that, black cup of coffee. And God forbid if that hotel that we were ever traveling to had Special K instead of cornflakes. Excuse me, can you get somebody in the back? Come on. And we just sit back and cross arms. And Gino's over there going, Here he goes. And this is, they were, and he goes, Gino goes, don't say anything. This happens a lot, And then Gil would have a poached egg also. Now, damn it, if you put too much vinegar in that pot with that poached egg, and the egg didn't have the right consistency, when that fork hit it and it cut, and the way it's supposed to drain over that toast, Gil would give him an up and down. But damn, would he tip good. He would tip well. He'd tell you he worked in food services, too. Gil worked everything. I think Gil worked 47 different jobs at once. But the fun ones were the old school New York, hole-in-the-wall Italian joints. Like, if we would go to New York and you Google where you want to eat Italian food, well, there would be like 20 places would pop up, and Olive Garden would be one of them. Gino knew the hole-in-the-wall up in the little towns, up on the hillside in Jersey. Right. Just say it's got only like 6 tables, and you walk in, and they're playing the Godfather theme. We're looking around like, anybody packing in here, But that's the stuff I'll never forget. Those two guys at the beginning, when I started doing the games, been doing it for 6 years. And it feels like I've been doing it forever, 6 years. Gil did this for 36 years. Yeah. He and Gino were together for how many? 30.
I don't know, but Gil took 10 years off in the middle, and he still did it for 36 years.
Yeah, I think Gino did 30. I think there was a milestone where they both hit that 30 mark together, and they got honored for it.
Gil called 744 games. I was going to say, just shy of 750 games.
And this would tell you how important like Gil was, too. Back in the day, and this is prior to the new planes and 9/11 and all that crap, and I go back to the Parcells days. We would only board the plane in the front because you had the one stair, and we would go up, and guess who's in the front seat? Gil Santos, first class. Like now, we wouldn't sit up front with the coaches. We don't do that. We would never put that in the contract. But damn it, Gil had the best seat on the plane. And at the end, one of the not concerning stories, but it's typical Gil. He was sick on one of the Denver trips. I could tell something wasn't right. He was covered in a blanket. He was shaking, shivering. And he said, I just don't feel well. I don't know if I had the flu or what. And I go, come on, give me your bag. Let's go. We got on the bus. We get to the hotel. Come on, we're going up to your room. He goes, put the bag down there. Crank that shower on hot. I want you to run downstairs and you get me a creme de menthe.
Now, this was definitely more colorful than the way you're describing it, knowing the way that he would talk.
Well, I literally sprinted down 10 flights of stairs because you can't get in the elevator because the players are going up and down. They shut the elevators down. So I'm like, oh my God, do I call somebody? Do I call home? He's like, nope. You put the bag down right there, turn the bleeping shower on hot, and you get downstairs, tell it down there, and you get me a creme de menthe. I had no clue what a creme de menthe was. Like, what is creme de menthe? I guess it's a liqueur or something. On ice. And boom. Ran it back up, and we get to the booth in Denver. Next day, ready to go. Fresh and relaxed. I feel great now. And it's just, man. But I knew, you're working with a legend. I was so nervous when I first started doing games. But he and Gino were so gracious to allow me to be that third guy in. Because if I didn't have that field experience, being down there to listen to them in my ear, I wouldn't understand the flow. Because as a player, you don't hear them. You hear the highlights. I remember driving around, and back when you just basically had WEI, and you would hear the highlights of them. And that's the only time you would hear them. But you'd see them all the time. They would host every event. But, I'm going to miss them. And I got one more for you, too.
Why don't we pay tribute to Gil?
Yeah.
Hang on to that story, and we will get to it after we get to a tribute to him that, again,
Jim Louth put together.
I don't know how you narrow it down. I mean, you got a lot of material to work with there.
That's a good one.
But Jim did his best. So we will pay tribute to Gil, and Zo, hang on to that story. We'll get to that coming up as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll play that as soon as we come back.
Scott Zolack, Mark Bertrand, 98.5 The Sports Hub.